Hi friends, let's read the book Welcome to Bobville, City of Bobs by Jonah Winter, illustrated by Bob Stack. This book is about one Bob in Bobville who wakes up and wants to be a little bit different, and how do all the other Bobs react to him? Once there was a place named Bobville where everyone was named Bob. Welcome to Bobville, City of Bobs. In Bobville, everyone was named Bob. Everyone looked exactly the same. Bob here. Vote for Bob, he's just like you. Watch out for crossing Bobs. Bobway, curb your Bob. U.S. Bob Mail. Drink Bob Cola, it's always flat. Bob Lane. Of course, sometimes this made things confusing. When everyone looks exactly the same, how do you tell each other apart? How do you even know who you are? For the Bobs of Bobville, the answer was simple. You're Bob, just like everybody else. Bob? Today's Bob work, Chapter 3. I Bob, you Bob, he, she, it Bobs, we Bob, you Bob, they Bob. Bob times Bob equals Bob. Science and Bobology. The history of Bobs. Room Bob. On the one hand, this was great because, well, you never had to memorize anyone's name. You just knew it in advance. Hi, how are you, Bob? Oh, same old, how are you, Bob? On the other hand, life could get a little dull. Bob's Fruit Pops, Super Bob Broccoli Puffs, Bob Roughage Rings, Bob Bran Flakes, Bob Chalks, Rice Bob Soggies, Unlucky Bob Charms, Bobbies, Soaked Corn Bobs. Special today, Bob Laundry Detergent, get everything ultra white. But mostly, these Bobs just loved being exactly the same. Every day, the Bobs of Bobville all got up at exactly the same time. They ate the same food. They had the same hobbies. They thought the same thoughts. If one Bob was thinking, I'd rather be fishing, you could bet your life the other Bobs were thinking that too. Bob Shallow Dish Pizza, baked fresh monthly. Have you tasted Bob Fancy Ice Cream? Now in vanilla and vanilla. Vote Bob for nuisance tax collector. Bob Hound, in memory of Bob. Bobville Airport, yield for Bobs. Tunnel of Bob. Vote Bob for county dog catcher. They listened to the same music. They went to the same movies. Now playing What About Bob? At the Bobville Theater. They read the same books. They even went to bed at exactly the same time and had the same dreams. And they all agreed on everything, especially this. They did not like anyone not named Bob. BNN, more people not named Bob discovered. They had heard on the news that such people existed. People not named Bob had never been a problem until one very interesting day. There was a certain Bob who woke up a little later than all the other Bobs thinking, I'm sick of the name Bob. I want to change it to Bruce. And so he did. Hello, my name is Bruce. He also thought, I think I'll gel my hair today. And so he did. And I hate these clothes. I want new, colorful ones. And so he ordered some. He just felt like it, The next time he left the house, he looked different from all the Bobs of Bobville. And of course, his name was now Bruce. This did not go over well. What kind of name is Bruce? All the Bobs shouted. It's not Bob. And what's with those weird clothes? A town council was formed to discuss the matter. It was decided that the person formerly known as Bob should be kicked out of town. Bobs only. So Bruce was booted out of Bobville while the Bobs got busy building a wall. After all, they needed to make sure this Bruce or Bryce or whatever he called himself couldn't get back in. A wall would also be useful for keeping out other not Bobs. But guess what? Turns out there was a big exciting world outside of Bobville. And while the Bobs of Bobville lived behind a huge wall they'd built around themselves, Bobs only, Bruce lived happily ever after. And that's the end, friends. Seems a little timely lately, huh? Until next time, friends, be yourself. Take care.